Hi, everyone, and welcome to the ARTyRV studio live stream. It's Monday night, June 29th. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb. Welcome, everyone. We're so happy that you're here tonight. We have a lot going on, and we can't wait to share it with you.
So grab a cold drink, sit down on the couch, maybe even in your studio. Join us tonight as we talk about copper foiling. We're going to talk a little bit about foiling inside curves because everybody has a little trouble with that. And there's a simple way to, and some of us already have that technique. It's just a simple way to stretch the foil while you're working with it and to warm it up a little bit. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll finish foiling the iris little panel here, the sun catcher. And gosh, Barb, got a lot going on.
We're going to talk about what we have going on at the Conway Glass and what's coming up on the ARTyRV Prairie Design progress.
So, what is that, number 7 tomorrow? Being filmed tomorrow, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So video number 7 for the Prairie Project. The Prairie Project. Say that for 3 times really fast. So that'll be coming out Thursday at 2 p.m. So keep that in mind. And gosh, we got a lot going on. We had some great rain last night. We needed just badly we needed some rain, and we finally got it.
Yes.
Of course, Miss Mary didn't like it because she's terrified with the storms. So,
Yes. So we made a bunch of notes because we have so much going on. We didn't want to miss out on everything. So we have a great lineup of stained glass classes at Conway Glass.
we do, Barb, and I get over the last couple of days, well, this weekend, you finished up getting that schedule all put together and everything, and we can, if you go to the Conway Glass website at conwayglass.com, you'll see the whole list of stained glass classes, and the dates are available there for you, along with glass blowing classes. And we've now got our date for our annual Christmas ornament parking lot pop-up. So that is Saturday, December the 5th. And then we also have a glass blowing ornament making class on Sunday, December the 6th. So you can make it to the pop-up, do a little shopping, and then come back on Sunday and make some Christmas ornaments yourself. So we'd love to have you. Check that out.
So if you're planning a fun family event for Christmas, you must come to Conway for Christmas. It's a beautiful little town with all types of festivities going on.
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I would say, are the best days to come, but all during the week, even during the daytime. But at night is especially beautiful.
Yeah.
But we have Halloween before that. We shouldn't be even talking about Christmas yet.
No, my gosh, Halloween's before that. And,
but we wanted to let you know of that date in case you're making plans for the holidays.
Yeah, and remember, in Conway is only 11 miles from Myrtle Beach, so it's not a big drive. The only thing, you just have to cross the intercoastal waterway.
Now for the stained glass classes, we have openings in the beginner stained glass class, the lead class, and the make and take workshop. So just go to conwayglass.com and go to the workshop page, and it's all on there, easy to find. And
right, and we had a
I
great
think you'll find something
cutting and soldering workshop this weekend. Woo,
Yeah.
boy. Everybody had a good time, and they worked really hard. And Barb, I'll give you a shout out again for making us lunch. It was really good this
Oh,
weekend.
thank you. Let's go to the main camera.
Hey.
Thank you, Ed. I'm happy to do it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Oh, well, it was wonderful. Hey, let's give a big thumbs up to Ray. He's working hard tonight. Ray, thank you for tuning in. And it's good to see you, my friend. Got your shirt on. Everything's ready to roll.
Okay, so it looks like
So if you have a question tonight, put a Q in front of it and
Yeah.
put it in the chat. And we'll be happy to answer, or we'll try to. And if not, maybe someone in our lovely
Audience.
family here, community, can help us.
Carol said she's starting her second week of sitting on ice and being banned from working in the
Carol.
studio. So sorry, Carol.
Wow.
So sorry.
We'll
I
get-
know
we
the
need to
pain.
get some more videos ready then if Carol's going to be down for a little while.
Yes. Mary Beth and Frank said they're going to be at the Big America 250 celebration in Rayford, North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
On the 3rd and 4th, and it's going to be a scorcher of a weekend. Yes, it is.
It is.
Take plenty of ice.
Yeah, take plenty of ice.
Stay hydrated.
Yes.
You wear a hat. Wear a hat.
You know the rules. Just be safe out there, guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. It should be fun.
Okay, we have some questions coming in, but we'll wait a few minutes for everyone to get here.
That's
and
right.
then we'll do
It
some
is our
questions.
nation's birthday this
It
Saturday.
is. It
Wow,
is. It should be
250
good.
years. Awesome.
It should be good. And stained glass too.
Yeah.
How can I don't know what that question means.
Okay.
Let's see.
Wow, guys, I tell you what, if you're working on any projects and going to a show this weekend, like Frank and Mary Beth, let us know about it and let our viewers know about it, and maybe if they're in the proximity and close area thereof, they might be able to stop by and see you.
This is a question that is kind of odd, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Ed. How can I safely add stained glass to my gay bar? Just like you would add stained glass to any bar.
Any bar.
I don't know what that means. I think it might be a mistype or.
Yeah,
anyway.
it might be. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, you can, you can add stained glass into just like any other bar.
Okay, here's the question.
Okay.
I'm new to stained glass and have been really enjoying your show and
you.
advice. I have a question. When I solder, it often gets a rippled, wavy look in certain areas along the line. What am I doing wrong?
Well, I tell you what, a lot of times you're either moving too fast, and there is a video. We have some soldering videos, and a simple way to eliminate that is to practice doing what I call our step-by-step soldering method, and that'll eliminate all of that. And the main thing that you're probably having trouble with is probably that you're moving too fast. And the other thing is I'm not sure what iron that you're using, but if you're using an iron that doesn't have a rheostat in it, you need to get a rheostat for it. So, and keep in mind, if you're just starting stained glass and you're trying to run a bead, and every time, believe it or not, guys, every time your heart beats while you're soldering, there's going to be a little bump. Every time your heart beats. So keep that in mind as well. And if you'll slow down, that'll eliminate that little bump. But watch our videos and see if the step-by-step method will help you eliminate that. And it's all about counting in your head. So, thanks for the question. Okay.
Carol asked Peter what his particular concern was. Yeah, that's a good question, Carol. Thank you. Bobby Schneider has a question. Can you explain the proper way to add reinforcement along a seam versus around the outside edges?
Well, if you're doing copper foil, when you're reinforcing copper foil, you're going to use either the re-strip that goes in between the glass and is held in place by your solder, or you can add steel reinforcing to the copper foil, but most times the reinforcing is applied in the copper foil in between the glass by using the copper re-strip. And that's done, because it bends so easily, you can conform it to shape into any of the design that you have. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're looking for copper re-strip, give Sunshine a call. See if they can help you out. Anything that you need tool-wise, glass-wise, and remember, Sunshine sponsors the ARTyRV channel, and they help us grow, and they help you grow as well. And remember, Sunshine's service is second to none. Guys, we appreciate everything they do, and let them know that you watch the ARTyRV channel if you order from them.
Thank you, Ed. I know they appreciate it. So, everyone, if you like to keep up with our classes, our in-person classes, and what's on in our studio, you can join our newsletter.
I'm just looking. I'm just looking.
You worry me. Okay, I don't know what, I thought something was wrong.
No,
But,
no, actually everything's good.
so you can keep up on the newsletter, and you can go to ConwayGlass.com and sign up for the newsletter, and we send one out about once a month.
And I tell you something about our website is it's updated and it's current all the time. So there's nothing on there that's already happened. It's all current, and so check it out and see if you find something that tickles your fancy. And I'll tell you, if you've never always wanted to blow glass or anything like that, and it's on your bucket list and you're going to be in the Myrtle Beach area, yeah, give us a shout. Look at our website at ConwayGlass.com and register for a class.
Okay, thank you, Ed. Mary Kay wants to know, she says hello from Randall, Minnesota, and she wants to know, when are you doing sun catchers? What gauge wire do you use? And do you only put wire on larger sun catchers?
Well, no, the wires, you have to be careful how you hang your sun catchers. But so I use a 20 gauge wire, and something one of our viewers said a couple of weeks ago, and after I thought about it, I thought, wow, that's really, really good. So they suggested, and what they do for their sun catchers, because it's easier than using the wire, is they use the copper restrip around the outside edge after they've tinned it. And then all you have to do is heat the restrip up, and it solders itself to the outside after you've tinned it. So it's a great idea to strengthen up your sun catchers and give them a nice flat edge if you're having trouble with putting the wire around the edges. So the restrip, the copper restrip, or the reinforcing strip for copper foil, is a great way to dress up your sun catchers and reinforce them.
Thank you. Johnny Hayes wants,
Hey,
he has
Johnny.
a question about weight. When it comes to large pieces, are there methods to shed the weight by the materials used? I guess he's concerned.
Not really, because if you're doing copper foil, you know that if you put 2 pounds of solder on there, it weighs 2 pounds. Your glass, the 1/8 inch glass, other than real heavy textures and stuff, is typically going to weigh about 1.34 pounds, something like that, almost 1.5 pounds, and maybe a little bit more depending on the manufacturer and the thickness of it. So there's really no way that you can cut down on the weight of it. What you need to do is just decide how you're going to reinforce it, and so that it stands up to the elements over the test of time, and that so that it looks nice in the design, but also you're going to have to reinforce it somehow. So you can't cut the way, the lead, you can use a smaller profile of lead, but then you're going to have to add maybe more reinforcing. So one's just as bad, or you're adding one and taking away another. So think about that. So, but that's a good question, and but like I said, most of your 1/8 inch glass is going to weigh 1.5 to 1.75 pounds per square foot.
Okay, let me go through the questions, see if I've got everything. Carol has a question.
Hey, Carol.
If you use restrip around a sun catcher, do you then also build a bead of solder around the outside?
I don't think you need to. I think a quick tinning on top of that would be just fine. And I haven't tried it yet. I've got some sun catchers coming up because I'm getting ready to start filling up the gallery, and I'm going to try it and see how it works. In my head, it seems like it's going to work really easy, and it's also going to be much quicker to finish the outside edge. So.
Okay.
And I think as long as you're working with it and you're not overheating it, it's not going to pop away. So.
That's right. Okay, if you have a question, just put it in the chat and we'll be happy to answer. Ed, you've been working on the Prairie Window series. Tell us a little bit about how it's coming together and what's up next.
Well, once we got everything, I'm going to say cut and bagged.
Yeah.
once we got that window cut out, and then we were able to go ahead and zip lock the feathers. I want to make sure, because we wanted to keep those together, and we don't be fumbling around looking for them while we're putting the window together. So in Series 7, we're going to go over again stretching lead by hand, and like we did in Series 6. But we're also going to be using a couple of different profiles of lead, and they're all going to be a high heart, because remember, we're using a ripple glass, one of the Wismac glasses, that beautiful green and amber glass, and so we want to make sure that lead or that glass fits right into the lead quite snug, and then when we putty or waterproof that window, it's going to fill in any of those voids and cement the glass directly to the lead cane. So we're looking forward to moving through this window, and now that we're in the fabrication process, it should move along quite quick.
And that video will be dropping on Thursday at 2 p.m.
Right, putting it together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
Because last Thursday was episode 6, is that correct? Am I right? Okay, yeah, this Thursday's episode 7, everybody. All right.
Yeah, and so will you be starting with talking about the different size LEDs and that type
and
of
then we're
thing?
talking about different
you're getting
profiles.
into the really interesting things now. So
Yeah,
it'd be
and
good
then we're
to
gonna
watch.
put it together.
Yes.
We're gonna put it together, and it's very important with this window. Well, you know what? Not just this window. It's very important with any window, is to make sure that if it's a straight line, it needs to be straight, and if it's a line that's bent around into a pattern around the glass, that it should be bent correctly, and it should look like that as well. So.
Mary Kay wants to know what restrip is.
It is a reinforcing apparatus or tool designed for reinforcing copper foil. It's 1/8 of an inch tall. It's about a 32nd of an inch thick, and it comes on a small roll of about 25 or 30 yards, I guess. But copper restrip is what it's called.
Right. Copper restrip. We've heard a lot of good reports about it, but we haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, and on the outside, I've heard several people say that they like using it on the outside of their sun catchers too, to finish the edges, simply because it's easy, cheesy peasy to bend.
Yes.
And to cut, manipulate. So.
Okay, and so we have a question. That was, what is restrip, right?
Right.
And then we have a question. Can you speak of copper foil overlay? What is the downside? And that's from Maryland.
Well, the downside of copper foil overlay is not having your glass cleaned correctly, and playing with it too long, so that you melt the glue on the back of the copper foil and it pops up. The upside of copper foil overlay is that you can take a straight piece of glass that's cut, maybe, well, not a straight piece, but a little bit that's cut into, say, the shape of a tree, and then you can do copper foil overlays for small branches and things like that. The other thing that is really nice doing overlays is taking your solder and allowing it to drop onto the table and splatter, and it makes beautiful overlays onto your work as well. So.
Yeah, the copper overlays add so much texture and detail to
And
your pieces, and
the wire overlays.
Yeah, but the copper overlay, like Ed said, the downfall is
Playing with
sometime
it.
you play with it, you'll break your glass because that copper holds that heat, or you'll pull up your glue.
Yeah, it'll either break the glue loose, or it'll overheat it and you'll get stress cracks.
So you just have to be aware that you work a little at a time.
Yeah, a little at a time. Yeah, and make sure the glass is, squeaky clean.
Yes. Okay, another question. Lots of questions tonight.
That's good.
Dawn wants to know why not just use hobby lead came around the outside
Well,
of
you
sun
can.
catchers.
You can. There's nothing that says that you can't. But some people don't like to use hobby lead cane. And then of course, Dawn, there's people that don't know how to use the lead cane and then hang their work correctly from it, because you can't hang it directly from the lead cane. So that's like a whole video right there. But if you use the restrip, anything that you attach down into the sun catcher itself, and it's either way, whether you use the lead or the U channel. I've seen people use on the outside of their pieces, like J3 Glass. She uses the brass U-shape U caming on the outside of some of her work, and I think that looks really good too. Mm-hmm. And it's strong enough that you can attach anything you want to it, and it's not going to stretch. That's the downside of using lead cane on the outside of your sun catchers, is that eventually it does stretch if you place your hangers in the wrong area. That's all.
Thank you, Ed. Paul wants to know where Kelly is. Did she ask to be excused? Yes, Paul,
yes, she did.
She asked to be excused,
Yeah.
and we excused her.
I got her note.
But she'll be back next week. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Okay, Chris wants to know, I have a transom window above my front door, and I want to put stained glass panel in there. Can you tell me what issues I might run into?
Well, Chris, I don't know that you'll run into any issues unless your transom glass has the muttons or the grills in between the glass, and then that'll somewhat dictate your design. Otherwise, what I would do, you shouldn't run into any problems. I would measure the glass to fit in behind the existing glass so that you can use a molding to hold it in and have a lot of fun with it, my friend. Because you really shouldn't run into any problems at all, because the stained glass will go in from the inside, and behind the existing glass outside will protect it.
Yeah, because a transom window is like any other window in your home. So don't be afraid to do it. The only thing is you have to work on a ladder.
Yeah, and it's a fixed window.
That's the
so
hard
there's
part.
Yeah, it is a fixed window, Chris, but have fun with it, man.
Okay, John Hayes said he learned way back that they blew glass and then flattened it as well. And then way long ago they couldn't read and used stained glass depicted in the windows to tell a story through the images.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right, John.
That's right, John. Yeah. Yeah, so they blew glass into cylinders, which were scored and then run through a leer, and as they heated up, they opened up and laid flat and became window panes or flat glass. And Fremont Art Glass in Oregon, they still make glass that way. Their glass, and you could check out their video at Fremont Art Glass and watch those guys make those big cylinders.
Carol is asking, what did you say about splattering the solder for us?
Yeah, I think it makes a cool look. I was this weekend, I was cleaning up a notebook that we made during class for a soldering demonstration, and I let the solder, I was cleaning up one of the pieces so that I could solder it again, and I just let the solder run down, and I lifted it up a little bit, and Carol, the solder fell from maybe 5 or 6 inches in the air, and when it hit the table on the paper, it just kind of splattered. And it made just really interesting look, like you threw something round into a mud puddle, and you had that little splatter around it. It just made a really interesting look. And because it was solder, golly, all you had to do was attach it to a piece of copper foil or what have you, to a piece, and or even make some sort of sheet out of it and cut it into the shape that you wanted. It was just really, Carol, it was just really interesting, and left itself wide open for a lot of different avenues to carry it down.
Thank you, Ed. Debbie Heim has a question.
Hi, Debbie.
My dining room windows have a small round lead. Is that still available?
More than likely, yes. It's probably a 3/16 or it may be a 5/32. If they're older windows, it's probably just you check it and make sure, but it could even be zinc, because a lot of older windows were done in zinc. But check it out. All you have to do is take the edge of a pocket knife and just scratch it a little bit, and it'll tell you whether it's lead or zinc. And then you can measure it with a regular tape measure or a stick measure, and that size is usually available. And guys, Sunshine has a really nice selection of both zinc and lead cane for your projects.
Thank you, Ed. Let's see, Dee Dee Niderhouse.
Hey, Dee Dee.
Do sample sets change over the years? I realized what they were, just ran across them the other day. I realized what they were, and I'm excited to have them.
Well, the answer to your question is the sample sets may change, but the recipes don't. So a new sample set will still have part number 134 in there, and 20 years ago it just came off of a different sheet. So the recipes haven't changed. So if you've got some sample sets, the part numbers that are available on those are still the recipes that are used today. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just the sample set, by being different, will be a different piece of the glass of that part number in the sample set. But as far as the recipe, it has not changed. Like Wismac's recipes haven't changed over 100 years.
And remember, I saw something on Facebook today, and someone was really tore up about it, but it's the way that glass is made. You may have a dark section at the top of the glass, and it may be almost white at the bottom. If you buy that sheet and don't see it, you're not going to, there's nothing wrong with the glass. It's just the way it's made.
You know what it is? It's an inherent quality.
So if you are doing a restoration and if you're using the sample set and you need a piece to look like that sample set, make sure you verify that with your glass supplier, that you need the dark side of the sheet, not the white side of the sheet, or send them a sample.
And it's part of it. It's part, and two, guys, it might look one way while it's on the table and you're cutting it, but when you get it in the light, it's exactly what you need. Opalescent glasses play with you like that. Sometimes I'm repairing these bent panel lamps and the glass looks a little light, but then once you get the lamp together and turn the light on, guess what? Voila, it's just as pretty, if not prettier, than the original glass. So.
John has a question.
John,
do you suggest when having a cabinet not to use rippled patterns if you want to see objects inside, or can you get away still using rippled?
Well, I don't think I would use something ripple. If you're wanting to see something in the cabinet, clear CD is really a pretty glass that looks old. And the other thing is like a G&A, which is a 001, I think, is a clear antique. And that's a pretty glass if you want to see through it. A ripple is going to be a little heavy for you to see through, John. So, but the clear CD is a beautiful glass for cabinets. I mean, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we're doing a bunch right now. We just cut a bunch of it up.
It's all the same thickness.
It's very uniform, yeah.
So, it is very pretty in the cabinets because it makes the glass kind of sparkle.
Right.
You know how CD looks.
And it's made by Oceanside, so it's real nice to cut. It's nice to work with, and it's really like Barbara said, it's shiny, almost like glistens. It's really pretty.
Hi, Richard has a question.
Hey, Richard. Hey, man.
Hi, Richard.
Good to see you, my friend.
I saw a piece of art. It was made from ocean glass. Is that trash in the water that got tumbled over the sand and size about the size of a dime. Was it made in a tumbler or the ocean?
Well, you know what? Here, there's a place where there is actually sea glass that washes ashore, but a lot of the sea glass that I mean, they don't. It's not by the bag that you can purchase. So those are tumbled, Richard, and so I don't know if what they're using in a piece of art was actually a piece of sea glass. Sea glass is typically, you know, broken bottles and stuff, and it's tumbled through the rolling in the sand, and the edges are rounded, but it looks different. But you know, either way, the thing about what it did, that piece of art did for you, is it made you talk about it, and that's what it was designed to do, Richard. So whether it was real sea glass or manufactured sea glass, it's a beautiful piece of art, and it made you enjoy it, and probably many as well. So
Yeah, so you can buy a tumbler and just get break some bottles, and make your own sea glass.
an electric mixer, Richard, a bag of play sand, and about a half a gallon of
tumbler.
water.
A tumbler.
Yeah, or you can buy a tumbler, either way.
Yeah, a tumbler. A tumbler, Richard.
Yeah, electric mixer.
A tumbler. Okay. Let's see what's up next here. Barbara Cadwell says she has
Hey,
a
Barbara.
piece of Fremont glass that's dreamy.
That's one of those glasses that you just frame.
Yeah, they're talking about Fremont. Elizabeth says she has a full sheet of Fremont in blue and has no idea what to do with it. That happens.
Yeah, we have a video where we were at a supplier's shop, and we were sticking Fremont in the window and taking pictures of it. We had some.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, it was just incredibly beautiful, y'all. Really.
Dawn says you can make fireworks out of the solder splatters.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. They haven't started here yet tonight, but they've been going every night since Saturday. So.
Okay, Samara says she was the one who used copper restrip on sun catchers. I thought it would be easier than wire. I found that it was a lot of work at first, but became easier with practice. I also used hobby cane.
Yeah, and they're all available. And Samara, thank you so much for that idea with the restrip. I'm going to try it, and I think that it's going to work. I just like the idea. It sounds to me like, and it's not that expensive, but boy, what I think the look that you get is what makes everything worthwhile with it.
Debbie wants to know, should she send a photo to Sunshine
Of the glass.
of the cane, I think, on her windows? Is that what it is, Debbie?
That came on your window.
She said in her dining room.
Yeah, you could send them a picture, or you can measure it and ask them to send you a couple different profiles, Deb.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Match
do.
it up.
Match it up and ask them to send you a couple different profiles.
Paul said he framed a piece in 3/16 round UH cane.
Yeah, and that's a nice size. 3/16 round is pretty. The flat doesn't look as nice on work, but the round H
And the
round
hobby
U.
cane is too flimsy. That flat hobby cane.
Yeah, that flat hobby cane is not right.
Renee Hipkiss, are you home, Renee?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you home yet?
Yeah, I'm glad you're home, because those lobster pictures were driving me crazy, making me hungry. I was getting ready to tell Ed to
Order them.
them.
Order those lobster, Ed.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Check the savings account, see if we have enough money for those lobsters.
You know, they'd send us a thing like once a month.
Do they?
Maine
I haven't
lobster.
seen it.
Yeah,
Oh, it
Maine
goes to you.
It goes to me.
Okay.
Maine lobster. And then there was a restaurant that we ate in Key West. Remember that? The Mobster Lobster. Remember that restaurant, Barb? The Mobster Lobster.
Yeah, the mobster lobster. Okay. All right, Ed, you want to?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the iris.
Yeah, well, it's looking really good, and I'm not going to pop a light on because once you switch over here, this should just kind of pick everything up.
Yeah, it shows up good.
It shows up good. So my foiling's looking pretty good. I don't need that. I want y'all to look at this. So you're talking about pieces of glass that excite you. And when I slid this over to underneath the camera, and I saw this, and I said, "Man, that is awesome, guys! Look at that. Is that a flag blowing in the breeze or what? Look at that piece of glass. Is that a flag blowing in the breeze?" So anyway, let me show you this. That's got my pattern underneath of it. This is all looking good. The foil is looking good. We got 2 more pieces to foil. And while we're doing that, we're going to talk a little bit about foiling inside curves here. So if we can do that, foiling an inside curve just requires you to warm up the foil a little bit with your hand, and also kind of pull it, and you're stretching it almost. Now, this piece of glass is going to go right in here, so we're going to make our overlay right up here near the top, where we're going to go over top of it. So now we're just going to put this on here, and Barb and I had a glass of wine this weekend, and because I needed a wine cork for this demonstration. And that's Kelly's hack, I think, and I want to thank her for that, because you know what, it really does work on textured glass.
So you can see it's keeping that right in the middle, and he's using 7/32.
Yeah, it is, and I'm using this finger to hold this, and I'm pulling with these 2 fingers right here. I'm pulling because I need it to go up inside that inside curve there. And same way here. So I'm trying to keep this in the middle. Whether I have a texture or not, this really needs to be in the center. Textured or not, make it happen. Take your time. Okay. So we're going to just take this.
Oh, sorry.
So I found this cute little tool, and I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys like it, it's cool, and if not, this is a foiler and a crimper. And I like it because once you crimp the foil around the edges, you can just push this around, and it does everything for you. And it works really well if you're going to be doing boxes and stuff, because what I found is on the textured glass, you want to use a wine cork. And again, this is Kelly's hack. But the wine cork feeds itself right into all the little cracks and crevices, and I'll show you that. All the little cracks and crevices, and it pushes the foil right down in there. And man, this thing, it will just go ahead and just do it, and you can burnish it. Well, let's see how this is looking here. That's looking pretty good. And then we got one more, which is the center. Now this one's quite heavily textured. And now these, I did grind these. These are ground. And so you can see that. You can see the texture on this. This one's pretty hot and heavy here. And again, when you're doing your overlay, you see the overlay should be down in here inside your piece. There's no reason for you to have to put it towards the outside, and then take the chance of it overheating and coming loose. This is supposed to get easier for me here in the next couple of weeks, as soon as I get my eyes done. I mean, my cataracts replaced, not my eyes done. Yeah, I'm just having cataract surgery. I always wanted a cataract,
Now you got one.
and now I got one. So we're just gonna take this, and you can see on this textured glass how it how it acts, but guys, look at this. This cork just puts it right down in there. I mean, it puts it right down in there. If you're having trouble getting your copper foil inside of your textured glasses, well, search no more. And if you don't drink wine, that's okay too, because I'm sure you have a friend that does. And you can borrow it, you can get a cork from them. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there where it belongs. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But this still looks like a flag right here, and I'm going to leave it there in commemorative of our 250th
That'll never happen
birthday
again.
of our nation, and that will never happen again.
Okay.
So there's a flag. So guys, we're going to get this soldered, and we're going to do a little bit of soldering next week and talk about the touch and go and the step-by-step soldering method. So those of you that are just starting out in the stained glass industry or in the stained glass world, yeah, tune in for that. And then those of you that have been soldering for a long time, we might be able to show something a little new, or maybe give you a trick or add a hack to your repertoire for you. So hopefully that'll help you out. This is looking good. And remember, once we get done with this project, Barbara's going to be putting this pattern online for your free enjoyment.
Yeah, I'll put it online, and I'm going to try to put all of the little videos together at some point, so you could follow along and then take the pattern and then do the project. But I have other things.
Because when you do it, I'm going to ask you to send a picture of it, because I want to see what everybody comes up with. This is just a simple sun catcher. It gets put on a piece of bronze and sticks in your yard. That's all it is. Just a simple piece of brass, not bronze, a piece of brass.
Piece of brass.
Piece of brass.
So next week is viewer showcase.
Oh my gosh, already, Barb?
Yes. So my advice: get your pieces in early.
Try and get them in by the 3rd on Friday of this week, guys, if you
Yeah.
can, because it's a holiday weekend, and we don't want Barb working all weekend.
Yeah, get them in by the 3rd, and we'll include you in the July viewer showcase. And I believe that is July the 6th. So you need to get your photos and a brief description in by July the 3rd.
Right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll feature your work during the live stream.
That'll be awesome, Barb. I didn't realize it was so. Well,
I
here
know,
it is, the
July's
29th.
here
I said
already.
it.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I said it. So here it is, the 29th of June. Wow.
I'd like to thank everybody that's following along with the Prairie Stained Glass Window Series. And if you guys have any questions along the way, please leave them in the comments.
Okay.
Or bring them to the chat,
on
and we'll
Monday
be
night,
happy to
yeah.
answer. But we're excited about getting started on the leading.
Yeah,
Things
so the
will proceed.
fabrication process is starting now. So the couple pieces of lead that we stretched in episode 6 are covered up, and now tomorrow for episode 7 we'll be stretching more lead, but we'll be stretching, and we'll talk a little bit about different profiles and what's available for you at your fingertips.
Okay. Barbara says an old rubber eraser works good.
Yeah.
But I can't buy wine if I do that. Smart.
There you
Great
go, Barb.
minds think alike, Barb.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So the corks, the plastic corks don't seem to work as well because I tried one of those. I just threw that one away. But
Oh, okay.
the cork, the bottle, the cork is nice.
Valerie has a question.
Hey, Valerie.
Do you ever use a hand or tabletop foiler? I have a Magna foiler that I use because I have carpal tunnel and arthritis in both hands, but they seem to work better on larger pieces.
They do, because larger pieces are harder to hold on to and to maneuver while you're trying to tape them, Valerie. But yeah, so Barbara and I, we do have 2 different tabletop foilers. We have an old Glass Star. Those of you that have one of those, hang on to it.
That was a good one.
And then we also have the new Technoglass, the foiler by Technoglass. So.
Yes, which we need to do a video on.
Yeah, and it does work pretty good. It works on like Valerie was saying. The foilers tend to work on the larger pieces.
Yes.
Because they're easier to guide through. Guide through the maze.
And then that little score 1 is good for tiny pieces for lamp
for
work.
cutting tiny pieces. The little score 1 glass cutter
Yes,
looks
yes.
like a little sewing machine, guys.
It does. It looks like a foiler, but it's a glass cutter. Okay. Samara has a question. What do you do when you foil and you get a smaller tear in the foil? Do you redo it, or do you take a small piece of foil and do an overlay of that tear?
No, I'm about to fall out of my chair, Samara. Don't take a small piece and overlay it, because as soon as you start to solder it, it's gonna get hot and peel away from itself. So yeah, just take the time. It'll add a minute to what you're doing, but just peel it off, start over, and get it right. And because it's always easier to get it right in the beginning than it is to try and fix it at the end. And remember, guys, wherever your foil is where your solder goes. So if you got a split in your foil, you're going to have a split in your solder, or you're going to have a void that doesn't look right on your bead. And sometimes that can be the problem with making the bead itself, is the fact that the foil's not done correctly. So be careful with that.
Jennifer says another option instead of a cork is to use those soft pencil grips on a pencil.
Oh,
You
I
can
like
get them
that.
at the dollar store. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good
Great
idea,
idea,
too.
Jennifer.
Yeah, good idea, Jennifer. See, we got invention is the mother of necessity.
Someone said something about one of the wheels was missing on their foiler. Yeah, the plastic ones. Sometimes that's the bad part about that Glass Star. It's got so many different parts that sometimes you got
Right, or if they sat in the
part
sun,
missing.
the
Yeah.
rubber that is inside the wheel itself dry rots and falls out.
3/16 wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3/16
Well,
wheel. That's all right.
you don't
7/32 wheel.
7/32 is good enough, right?
Yep. Yeah, if you're using 3/16, just foil it by hand, because you're going to need the practice.
Now, were you going to do a glass demo tonight?
I can. What do they want to see me cut? What would you
What do you want to see Ed cut tonight?
So that's
He'll
a
be
good.
happy to cut
Did
something
I
for you.
pass on the foiling, guys?
You did. You got an A.
Did I get an
I'm
A?
giving you an A.
Get an
You get an A.
A. Hold on. This is what my doctor does when for Barbara, and he's talking. He says, "Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good," and then he goes, "Well, Barbara, you've done great today. Now get out of here." I want to give you an A+, he says.
Okay.
And,
Let's
here we
do
go.
some glass cutting.
Let's do some glass cutting. I'll move that
I'll
out of
give
the way.
you
We'll
an
do
A+
some
for
solder
that,
next week.
and I'll
okay?
tell your doctor you did an A+.
I'll get an A+. Okay. So that little this little foiler thing, we've got them on our website at conwayglass.com, and they're the same price as they are on Amazon, and they're include free shipping, just like Amazon. So
Or shipping's included.
shipping's included, yeah. So if you need one, give us a holler, or just order it online. And so we're gonna do. Let's see what we got. I don't know where Magali is, but this is a surefire way to call Magali.
Where is she? You know, I think you cut that glass last week.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
Okay, well,
But you can cut
it's
it
really
again.
pretty because, I tell you what, a lot of times people have problems cutting these inside curves, and if we were or I get asked about these corners. So guys, let's try this. Let's see how things are. Let's see if we're living right tonight. Let's try this.
You doing a corner?
Yeah. Okay, so now we did a corner. I'm gonna grab my runners here because this is really gonna be. We just want to hear a small pop, guys, right? Small pop, and we don't want to squeeze too hard. Hold on. Don't want to squeeze too hard. Okay, Renee, you can breathe. Just a pop. Now, remember when you're tapping on the back edge of the glass, okay? When you're tapping on that back edge, make sure that you're tapping where the score is, not, somewhere over here. Tap where the score is. And just make sure you get that. And then bring your running pliers over and turn them upside down, okay? I know, turn them upside down. And this is just a little, again, little pop. And one more right here. And then that corner comes right out just like that. So if you take your time, and then if that has to be really sharp, you drop that down on your 1/8 inch grinder bit, and you take that little tiny bit out right there. Now it becomes 90 degrees. So you can't cut that out unless you drill a hole. But if you can practice, if you can get to where you can get this out, this will change your life, guys. And I tell you, it'll give you the confidence that you need to just, when you sit down, you'll say to yourself, I can cut anything. And you can. You can cut anything. And you don't have to have a saw to do it, okay? You really don't. You don't have to have a saw to cut it. Guys, if you can imagine, they used to cut glass with a rope soaked in sulfur. Okay? And then they would light the sulfur on fire, and it would create a heat stress line across the glass, which would cause it to break and cut. So we're doing this, and that now it's your running pliers. It doesn't matter what running pliers you have; they're only going to go so far. Okay, so we're going to turn this, and we're going to get this a little bit sideways, kind of cockeyed here. And again, you see, we can't get too far up in there. But here we go. Okay, so now we went across, and now we're trying to get this out. And there it goes. If you look, when I'm tapping this glass, I'm tapping it right there. There's my look right there. 1, 2, 3. And each time I tap that glass, guys, I've explained this to you before. Each place you tap the glass, will create a flare. And that flare usually is what locks that piece of glass into this opening, okay? And this time it happened to come out and we got lucky, and we got really lucky when we cut out that square. So, but what I want you to do is, if you'll just have confidence in yourself, and there is no, I don't know if I can do that. You know what? Try it, and then say, well, maybe if you try it the first time and it doesn't come out, at least now you know what not to do, okay? When you're trying to get that out. So even though this is a, you know, like if we made this like a 1/2 inch wide all the way around, I gotta cross my hands up so we can get away from this. There we go, like that. So even if I just wanted to, so this is a different application here. This is, we're gonna take this out, but we're gonna do it differently. I'm gonna put my knuckle underneath the score, and I'm gonna get behind it, and I'm gonna pull down, just like that. And I'm gonna keep pulling down. I can feel the glass moving. I'm right behind that run. I'm just chasing that run. There it goes. Here we go. And I'm just getting right behind it. And I'm pulling down. The pliers are just holding the glass. You see that? I'm just pulling down. And then I'm going to lift up. There we go. And then it'll come right out just like that. Okay? So again, guys, when you're cutting glass, all the confidence is already there. You just need to put it on the table and put it in your hand with your glass cutter. Happy cutting, guys.
That was very nice. That was very nice. Thank you guys for supporting us. And
Oh, wow. Hey,
supporting
guys. Thank you.
the channel.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that so much. Be
Thank you to
careful.
Valerie and Carol.
That's right. Thank
They
you,
were
guys.
very amazed
much.
as I was at that beautiful cut that you did. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I
We're
wasn't
good.
supposed to do
We're
that.
good. No, we're
Thank
good.
you so much.
Thank you guys so much. So yeah, we're talking about tonight or before the show that we've got some new lights. We just have to get them all adjusted now so that we can. As we'd see,
That'll
when
be coming soon.
the opening is a little bit darker in the for the full view of the studio than we want it. So we're getting ready to do some change ups.
So remember, all the classes are online now.
And they're up to date.
Yeah, and they're up to date, so go to conwayglass.com if you want to take a class. Viewer Showcase is next week.
Right, and remember, send it to viewershowcase@gmail.com. Put your name there so we know who it's from, and say a little bit about your work so that we can tell everybody else.
Also, the new Prairie Window series, the new video will come out.
Video 7.
Video 7.
Thursday at 2
Thursday
p.m.
at 2 p.m. Don't forget about that. And if you're making plans to come to Conway, check that class schedule and come visit us here at.
And I did find out where one of the Airbnbs is, and it is right down the street. And
There's
it's
some
in
nice ones.
it's in a really old 3-story mansion. It's beautiful.
So, yeah, if you want to come to Conway and you're coming for a class, you can call us, get in touch with us, or send us a note, and we can also help you find a place to stay, because it's really
and we have
great.
a new Fairfield by Marriott just opened up, and we had several of our guests stayed there this past weekend.
Any more questions? We have time for just a few more questions. You could just put them in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer 1 or 2 more questions. We do have a little bit more time.
We do.
We have 2 minutes.
What?
Time for 2 more questions.
Oh, we got lots of time. You know what? If there's anything that we have a lot of is time, I think. We always have time for our viewers.
If you've watched this live stream and you enjoyed Ed's demonstrations and the work he's doing, the work we're doing, and telling everyone and teaching everyone we can about stained glass, the wonderful craft of stained glass. So,
Then, like Carol and Valerie, you can help support the channel by doing a quick
thumbs up,
thumbs up,
a like,
a chat,
or subscribe.
And remember, don't forget thumbs up, because you know why? The thumb is our favorite finger. And that's the one that doesn't get you in trouble.
Okay. It's 7:59.
That's good.
And we're
You
gonna
know
go-
what? Yeah, so we're gonna, I guess we're getting ready to say goodnight to everybody.
I think so.
We wanna thank everyone.
Oh, it's time to dance.
We wanna thank everyone. Oh, it's time to dance.
Yeah, I
What
think
time
it's
is
time
it?
to dance.
It's time to dance. Ray, get up, buddy. Let's go. Come on, Ray.
Mary's here.
Mary's here. Mary's dancing. Come on. Woo, yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
I'm trying to find the